Well, that was a colossal fuck up, but I have figured out issues for making YouTube go live later. I know, nobody's even here yet, but we'll get there. Because it all fucking ended while I was trying to get it started. But it canceled it, wouldn't let me go back. Tried to broadcast using the front camera of my Chromebook and not the camera in front of me. But I have figured it out. So in the future, you should know better. Colt, hello, sir. Glad to see that you could check in. Looking forward to getting to Texas. I was just talking to one of my students from Texas today about another one of my students from Texas who did well using a pistol to keep himself safe. Joe, I'm glad you saw the spot where YouTube changed my camera settings. Adam Hall, hello, sir. I'm all out of Rock God Brewing Company's beer at the house. So tonight it's just unsweetened iced tea. Ain't a lot. So when it's out, I'll go thirsty. So my friend Jason, he doesn't really social media much, but his wife Candy does. And it drives her nuts to hear slurping on the microphone. So in case she's in, I'm going to slurp away tonight just to let her know I'm thinking about her. Zach Bush, hello, sir. Joe, hello. Crystal, hello. Lots of cool people on already. There's even more people, but I can at least see the ones that are chatting. Steve Furman. Hey, Steve, question for you. You can type in your answer. I am having a stove delivered tomorrow from Lowe's, and they sounded shocked that I wanted them to come in the house to deliver it. They just wanted to drop it off on the porch so that if it got any dents in the last 20 feet, that it was on me and not them. I wasn't cool with that. There's a spot. Oh, look at that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it doesn't work that way. There's a spot you can see participants, and it's apparently the people who have commented, not just the people who have checked in. Hello, everybody. So anyhow, Steve, is it normal to be shocked if somebody wants their Lowe's delivery to come in the house and all the way into the kitchen? They're taking the old stove too. If I wanted to pick that up and carry it out, I wouldn't have paid for delivery. Anyway, you're my resident expert. So, on to the important stuff. Plenty of important things. Big news. We want to wish Crystal Fox a happy birthday. Turns out she just turned 25 years old. That's what you're supposed to say, right? So anyhow, happy birthday, Crystal. I'm having a birthday tea for you. It's even on my list. Wow. Awesome. I actually have no idea how old Crystal is, but 25 sounds like a good age. All right, so what do we got going on here? I didn't have a live stream last weekend because of this guy. It turns out that on the back of the camera there's a little switch to turn it off. And if you leave it on for a week, it will die. And I did. So luckily, when I sat in on Sunny's class last week, I didn't need a microphone. I didn't even turn it on because I didn't intend to talk. But if I would have turned it on, I would have realized I don't have any battery left. I didn't realize Tuesday night, right before I would have come up to do my live stream, when I came up to like get shit set up, that I had no microphone. So it's dead. Like no, nothing. So I had no way to make the noises. We'd have just sat here in sign language. So instead, we postponed a week. Donka Steve, thank you for your information, because we intend to have them come in and hook up. It's electric. It mostly isn't even about the plugging it in part. Like, I can handle that. I just, by myself, getting the old one out on the porch and getting the new one from the porch in without banging it around would be, could be problematic. And the new one was expensive. Hey, Gabe. Scott Wexler, hello. Gary, hello. Jeff. I saw the Jeff. Anyhow, everybody's here. All the good people are here. We all wished Crystal a happy birthday. I was going to do Sonny's thing last night, and I fell asleep on the couch real early and didn't get signed up. And when I woke up just in time, maybe to go get it started, because I couldn't remember if it was 8 our time or 8 his time. I was so tired, I just walked all the way up to bed. So I'm going to see if maybe I can buy it. I saw the picture there, Scott, of the Bakelite. I have no Bakelite, none whatsoever. I do have some Bulgarian 74 mags, though. Gary, good to see you're getting your trim. Things on my list here. So, stuff going on over on the Facebook page. I decided to auction my buddy his fixed 4-power. He said, whatever you can get for it, get for it. He said, if nobody wants to buy it, just stick it on a gun somewhere. So I thought, well, we'll do the normal old auction, and whatever he gets for it, he gets for it. So Tuesday night auction is back over on the Facebook page. Blake, hello. Yes, I did get my haircut there, Javier. I got a, I don't remember what I called it, but basically it was, someone operating a haircut facility at their home without a license. Even better. In fact, I may never get my hair cut from a licensed barber again, or beautician, or cosmetologist, or cosmopolitan, or whatever they call them. I might just stick straight to scofflaw haircuts. Or if it's a licensed person, they're only allowed to do haircuts in the bona fide facility. If they'll do it somewhere else, I'm in. Dustin, hello, sir. So, anywho, that's the big news, is that there is the optic over there for auction, and I'm checking it off my list. If you got a question about it, I guess you could ask. I remember the Flowbee. Don't necessarily know if they even still make them. Is it just clippers with a vacuum cleaner? I could probably make that myself. I bet you. If I think well. I mean, I have like a beard trimmer. I put the beard trimmer with like a number 4 guard on it, and I put it inside the vacuum cleaner hose. I can Flowbee myself. Brittany, hello. Scofflaw training for July 4th, probability. I wasn't intending to do one. I have a class on July 4th. Why, are you coming up for it? Yes, the 4-inch grinder will work great for the haircut. Making sure I'm catching up on, didn't miss too many comments. Yes, July 4th is dynamic carbine. I wasn't expecting any scofflaw stuff, though. So, especially because like the scofflaw thing's like $3 hours long. So I am working on doing it not like after a class. But I'm going to do some travel scofflaws in the upcoming months. I just don't know where yet. Adam K, hello, sir. It's weird. I know a couple Adam Ks. So whichever Adam K it is. Let's see what else going on my list. Speaking of seminars, Bug Out Seminar, which I have done live a dozen times or something like that. I'm going to do online next week here in this room. There is a link somewhere on my website to sign up for it. We'll see how that goes. I think I sent out we're going to do it with WebEx. I think I sent out 30 some invites already. So if you want to get in on some of that, you certainly may. Adam, it is your neighborhood I'm looking to do the travel scofflaw at. So hang in there. Once I appropriate location, we can make that happen. In fact, weren't you going to look into a location last weekend, maybe, where you were doing some shotgun class stuff about hosting? I think you were in charge of that. Tell young Margaret I said hello. Oh, hey Joe. Yes, you will probably always feel that the APC feels pretty good. And I forgot they had different size cummerbunds. I don't even know. They're probably on their website you could measure, but obviously you're already ordering the large one. Travel scofflaw in Detroit. No promises there. TJ, hello, sir. Enjoying your care package, my friend. People are texting me. I wonder if they're texting me to tell me. Oh, nice. I got students sending me text messages telling me that they paid burpees from this weekend. Speaking of which, Joe, I saw you in here earlier, and I didn't hear that you owed me the burpees you owed me. I owe you motherfuckers 173, so, or 171, I think. Scofflaw in Detroit. It's possible. I mean, I have family in Detroit, so it is possible. I just don't have a lot of students up in that neck of the woods because I don't want to really share the information with just everybody. Oh, absolutely. There was a number written on your target, Joe. That's how many burpees you owed me. If you want, I can go through my camera here, find a picture of you. Oh, there you are. See if you can see this. That's you, Joe. Let's blow it up. 16 burpees you owe me. Man, I tried to do Vegas and it was not productive. I would gladly come back, well, I've been to Vegas. I would gladly do a class in Vegas, but it's got to take almost a full 10-person class to make it financially viable. And the last time it didn't look anywhere close to 10 people, which was weird because I went to Texas, middle of nowhere Texas, and sold out like that. So Buell tells me that the training community in Vegas is weird. That there's so many people that shoot that don't do the training thing that it seems like there should be a lot more people that would sign up for classes than do. But then, like some people that are staples out there can sell classes no problem. So, yeah, I definitely want to come back, but I got to make it work, like enough to pay for the bills, hotel and shit like that. Yes, Mr. Foreskin, I absolutely consider you a student as well. However, it'd be like you and Wexler, and that'd be it, because I don't think there might be a couple other people in the Michigan area. I don't know, but they'd have to want to come down and come to the seminar because it's kind of information I don't share with everyone. Yes, the first bug out primer was like 8 fucking hours long, and everyone since then has been 3 or a little over 3, not much, maybe 10, 15 minutes. And usually at that part, it's a lot of chit chatting amongst everybody. So I think I got it pretty much nailed down to 3 hours. I even got a fancy ass PowerPoint so we can go back from just me talking, blah, 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 and showing you the things like, here's these bug out needle nose pliers, and then back to the PowerPoint, trying to be kind of professional. I don't know if PowerPoint's any good or if it'll work as well as I want, but we're going to give it a shot. Gary, yes, she is, and I'm okay with that. Like that's cool. I mean, I got better looking calves, but she's got better looking everything else. See, I come back to Arizona. I've taught in Arizona when I was at that other place, and but it's all about finding someone to host and a place to host, and like I'm sure there's enough dudes. It's just a matter of somebody on the ground working out the logistics between the range and me to be able to run back and forth. Sometimes we can do that without boots on the ground, but often there's things like club meetings and shit someone has to go to. And so, I mean, if you know a place, we can make that happen. TJ, you could always wear a garter belt with straps that go down to your knee pads. Tactical garter belt. You could probably put Molly on it. People think it'd be a battle belt. Just saying. It's 2020. You can get away with anything. But yes, there is a bug out seminar. Usually this is where I ask Crystal to dig up the link and type it down in the box. But it's her birthday, so I'm not going to ask her for favors. Ooh. Maybe multicam lace. Maybe multicam with lace. Now we're on to something. All right. What else we got going on? Hey, so Javier mentioned earlier about he is excited to get up here for Dynamic Week 2. I know it says the number 2 in some places, that it's Dynamic Week 2, but I've been saying it 2. Dynamic Week 2. Anyway, yellow lace, Jeff, yellow lace. But Dynamic Week in October, whatever the hell the dates are, the day after that, so like 6 days of Dynamic Week, if somebody were to come for that, or even if they didn't come for that, what would be the 7th straight day of training for some, Definitive Training Solutions will be out here doing entangled gunfighting, a 1-day low round count, heavy physical exertion, entangled gunfighting class. I signed up. I was very signed up. So if you all want to come wrestle around on the ground with me at the discretion of Zach, the class is live and you should sign up for it and stuff. I even have a coupon code. I have shared it amongst my peeps, and maybe even in my alumni group. And if you guys need one, and ask me real nicely, I'm not just going to throw it out publicly. But if you know me and you know how to get a hold of me and ask me for the coupon code, I will give you the coupon code. And then when you sign up for Zach's class, he's going to give you a coupon code for $25 off of one of my classes. So you get 25 off of his and 25 off of mine. Like, fucking win-win. TJ, I bet you would enjoy it, especially if you wore that multi-cam garter belt. Yes, I am excited for Zach as well. Somebody asked me about the class, and I gave him what Zach had told me about it. You know, passed that, relayed that information, and said the thing that makes me excited for Zach to finally be permitted by his 9 to 5 boss to do training is that he is a true student of fighting, like all the different aspects of it. And like, that motherfucker takes notes, and I know he's listening, but he doesn't come just because it's a weekend out with the guys. Like, he takes it serious enough that to him he treats it as a class to learn, and then he studies the things he learned from it. So he should have been doing this some time ago. I'm glad that he finally got the all clear from his boss to do this, and not just the cop gig. Speaking of notebooks, you know a notebook he doesn't have, like he does not own? This one. With all the pages of the stuff. There's even pictures. He doesn't have one. Just rubbing it in. He will have one in October. Yes, Colt, we do need to get him to Texas. Well, he was in Texas once, but not to teach that. So I should bring him there. You know, I don't know what his regular work schedule's like, but I'm going to Texas in November for 3 days of class. That range would be fucking horrible for entangled gunfighting. Fucking horrible. It's just, we'd have to find some place with grass. I don't know. Is there even grass in Texas anywhere? But, so maybe not November. Maybe once we find him a place that's soft. Not super soft, but, you know, like, not fucking little gravel boulders. Scott, that's probably wise. Yes, actually, Russ's place does have great grass. It's very soft there because it's often wet because it's usually underwater. But, Zach, we should plan a trip to Del Rio. 2-day shotgun class. 1 day of my shotgun, 1 day of your shotgun. Dynamic blunderbuss followed by definitive shotgun. I can't remember what your shotgun class is called off the top of my head, and my computer is too busy for me to punch it up there and look. Dueling shotgun. I think we could be onto something. They asked me to do shotgun class there too. I just didn't want to pack a shotgun to fly all the way to Texas with it. TJ, yes, I have. In my malfunction class, we do some drills on how to take care of the brass getting stuck up there in the charging handle trough channel. And sometimes they'll get smashed up under the gas tube. Sometimes they'll go over the gas tube. Easy. This is for children. So yeah, there's a fair amount of, and there's ways to fix it. It's not too difficult. Spring of 2021, Zach, we'll get on. I know you've got the schedule with your other job that we'll have to work out, so we'll talk. Mr. Poncho 467, Zach, they'd like you to. We want to do the dueling shotgun in Lebanon. I already have 2021's shotgun class scheduled in Lebanon. I can't tell you what date it is off my head, but it's later in the year. It can always be moved, maybe to the summer months while you have an easier work schedule. We'll figure it out. We can do a double one in Texas and a double one here. And what's great is anywhere where we would normally overlap, like where the stuff would do the same, we can teach that section jointly in either class. And then that means the other person, so say we're going to pattern buckshot, and we did that for an hour in your class. That meant the hour I would do it in my class, I could do one of the things that I would normally have done on day 2 of my shotgun class and stick it in day 1, because you know what I mean? Like we'll make that happen. All right, there we go. We'll do it in both. We'll when we're not on a live stream, we'll figure out what kind of dates look good, and we'll come up with a really cool name for it. It's got me thinking I might drive, because I'm driving to Texas next spring. It'd be great if it worked. I just probably won't work with your schedule. Anyhow, we'll figure it out. Zach's class, check it off my list. I'm looking for something maybe one of you guys out here could help me with too. So if there's anybody out there that has a plain black steel Glock rear sight that they are not using, it can even have dots or something in it, but it doesn't have to be night lights or any of that shit, because I'll just turn around backwards. If you have a steel Glock rear sight that is laying in a bucket somewhere, I like it. So if we can make that happen, that would be awesome. Adam Hall has the funny feeling in his pants with the dueling shotgun class. Man, it will be awesome. Maybe we should get a dueling tree beforehand, since it's dueling shotguns. Dueling blunderbuss. No updates on rescheduling the Red Zone carbine. By the end of this month, Biggers will be at his new job in Knoxville. And I imagine once he is there and gets a little bit of a feel for the place, he'll be able to figure out what his schedule looks like getting out of Knoxville back to Pennsylvania. It's a little further trip for him than it was from New Hampshire, but he still wants to come up to Pennsylvania like twice a year. Ooh, Joe, that's a good idea. I should ask Keith. Well, I don't know, because fucking Glock takeoffs are plastic, and I'd really like to have a steel one. Scott, that's awesome. I'm glad that you're down for the Red Zone fun. It is the most important class on shooting in and around other people that I know of. So yes, in search of plain black Glock sight. My whole list is checked off, by the way. So regardless of what time it is, I can leave at any point and be happy about it. Well, other than I'd miss your wonderful faces. I have some plastic ones here. I just don't want a fucking plastic sight on a gun. And I need it for a project. Ain't even going on a fucking Glock, but there's a Glock dovetail, so. Yes, I concur. I concur. The red zone more realistic than most force-on-force classes. I was just talking today with my good friend Gary. About a new force-on-force class. But he's not going to say anything because if he types it, I'm going to mute him. But got an idea for a different new type of force-on-force, different from the gunfight diagnostics. It's going to be badass in September, in November, and there was a couple of them running this year, but it's going to be good. First Tremis pistol class. Took 3 years to update. So it wasn't that it took 3 years to update the class. It took me 3 years to make the fucking handout. The class has been updated every time I run it. It's always just a little different than the one before it. Like constantly learning from better ways to more efficient ways to teach the class. So it's not that it's been like majorly overhauled for, like 3 years later, but it is a lot different. And the biggest hotness recently is took out the drills that stress the students least to put in more drills that stress the students more. Adam, everyone needs more force-on-force in their life. Just there's two different types that I had been to, and then the one that the gunfight diagnostics obviously different than both of those. I'm not saying I invented the fucking idea, but I didn't hear anyone else doing it. So it may be kind of new, it might not be new, but it's certainly not as popular as scenario-based or instructional-based. Yeah, I'm down for Ohio. I mean, it ain't my favorite state, but it's pretty all right. Mr. Poncho, AR trigger. I have an AR Geisley trigger in the rifle that's right over there, and Geisley in my rifle that's directly below me on the second floor. I like them both. Given what I've seen in class, the Geisleys are more reliable, but that McCormick is got to be 12, 14 years old. It's maybe 2009, so 11 years old, maybe somewhere in that neighborhood. 2008, I bought it, and we bought 4. Me and my friends bought 4 in the same order. They all came in at the same time. The other 3 in their life have all gone full auto and got replaced with newer generations. That one is still working, and it's got tens of thousands of rounds through it. So either one is fine. I think the Geisley is. I haven't seen as many Geisleys shit to bed. Jeff, it makes me glad to hear you say those words. That's awesome. I can feel your hand, Joe. I don't know why you couldn't feel it. Major changes since Dynamic Week. There's been some minor changes since Dynamic Week. I mean, it was only like a month ago. I took a drill out of day 3 and did a little more movement on day 2. I get a hey Mar from whoever you are, hey, right on back. Hashtag molecules. Living the meme. My favorite Geisley trigger is the SSAE. So super single action enhanced, I think is what that stands for. But the ALG, the nickel boron coated one, or the gray one, they have a gray one and a black one. The gray one is like 80% is nice for 20% of the cost. So I'll tell people all the time, just fucking get the ALG one and be happy with it, unless the extra $100 and some really is not a big deal to you, in which case it feels a little nicer than the ALG, than the full blown Geisley does. But it's like horsepower in a car. Like the first 100 horsepower is pretty cheap to get. Like you can get it in a lawnmower. But if you want to go from 1,400 to 1,500 horsepower, those ones cost a lot more. I kind of assumed that you were one of my welding students. XXXILEXXXE, mostly because everyone called me Mar there. Everybody's jumping on, giving the info on the ALG trigger. Thank you, fellas. Oh, Scott, that's the only force on force you've had? I thought you had a whole. I don't know. I guess I thought you had some. Well, I think the diagnostics class will play out very well. Most other people's force on force won't be like that, though. So, it'll one way or another, you'll be able to compare them in the future, but it probably won't be like mine. Take it easy, Scott. Tyler Grandstaff wants to know best company to purchase a PVS 14 from. Well, a couple different companies people have recommended to me. I can't say from personal experience, other than based on reputation. Tactical Night Vision Company obviously has a super high reputation. I know that there are some other places that have better prices, and I always wonder if that doesn't come at the cost of, how reputable they are. But I have told many of folks that at TNVC, with financing, you at least have the option of getting it and not having to come up with like $3,500 on the spot. So when somebody says, "Oh, I found the same one for $300 less," the option to finance be the make or break deal there. So I can say with like certainty that you'll have a good experience there, but there are some other places that I don't know, but they've been recommended to me. Take it easy, Zach. Enjoy yourself, and we'll be in touch about scheduling some back-to-back blunderbuss classes. Now, there's a good question from Tyler about white phosphorus. We had a Saturday night at the pistol class. Some one of the fellows brought some night vision. We did some comparisons and dual tubes and whites and greens, and a consensus there was that the white didn't seem to be better than the green as far as using it, like when we were checking them out after class. My personal opinion is that if you wear them for a couple hours, I thought my eyes seemed less fatigued with the whites than they did the greens. So my opinion, depending on worth it, depends on how much extra it costs. But for what I've seen in the few hundreds of dollars ranges, less fatiguing to the eyes is worth it. And same reason that I'll spend hundreds of dollars on quality eyewear so that my eyes feel better 10 hours later after wearing them. So I think it's worth it. Man, Mossberg 930. I've never had one to my class, but I ran my first Tremis Dynamics blunderbuss class in the spring. But I'm positive I saw them in Tennessee. I don't remember running, not running. Tim would be a better one to answer that because he pays attention to that kind of shit. I mostly just paid attention to the fact that Remington 870s didn't run as well as Mossberg 590s, but Zach already signed off, so there's no point rubbing that in. Yes, I did. I had a 930 in class? Is that what you're telling me, Joe? I don't remember. Now I got to wait for Joe to answer because I don't know what he's answering. Oh, I don't even. It must have run. I don't remember hearing you bitch about it. So there you go. Somebody with a 930 in class in the comments. 1301 is a good shotgun. I like every 1301 I've laid my hands on. Now, I can't put them on my list of approved shotguns, mostly because I don't have a list, but it would be a contender if I had made one. Wouldn't that be something? The Gary Marr approved list of shotguns. We'll get Zach to bring us 1301 to his first shotgun class so that I can borrow it. His first shotgun class coming up is in Illinois and is in the summer, so it's before he comes to Pennsylvania. I was thinking about maybe driving out to it and taking the shotgun portion. Where we go. Joe used it for one drill, and it apparently worked in one drill. Oh, that's right. It did. He's the one that knocked the target over. Huh. Well, if I named it Gary's list of blunderbusses that don't suck, here, I'll make that list for you right now. So while I'm making this list, you all talk amongst yourselves. Now that I'm done with the list, because by default, if it's a shot, if it doesn't have 30 fucking rounds in it, it's a poor long gun, or at least 20. I'm joking. Y'all relax. Perfect. Scott's going to go buy a shotgun for class. And Scott, for the joint class with Zach, whatever, like my portion of that, you're covered for. Like, because, that's how the thing works. I can't promise on Zach's half because of the, nature of the Zach getting money too. But yes, I have seen M1A in class. And Springfields do not seem to run as well as Smiths. You can bring an SK a long gun, but it's going to give you problems. How big's the jungle mag? Like the biggest mag I've seen in a Sega is like a 10-rounder. Do they make a drum? I don't even know. That's how much I don't pay attention to shotgun stuff. It's like I took this shotgun class and then said, I don't carry one of these. Even when I've taken too many shotgun classes, and at the end of each one, you know what I say? I don't want to carry one of these. All right, so I got my list. 24 you fuckers in here. Insane. I had a short list tonight. I didn't really have a whole lot to talk about. I don't know why we're talking about shotguns. It's almost like a car wreck. You can't stop but look at it. Like you can't help yourself from going. And here we are talking about shotguns, which are kind of like a car wreck. All right. So what are we talking about? Were we talking about anything cool? No. So I'm running out of time. You're running out of patience. Or I'm running out of patience and you're running out of time. I don't know. One of those things. Jeff, here's what I'm willing to do. Dynamic battle rifle. You are more than welcome to bring a battle rifle to any carbine class I run. How about that? Like, is it a semi-automatic box-fed rifle? Then bring it. Unless you want to borrow mine. Which, really, with a 14 power scope isn't battle rifle E. It's like more precise C. Whether I can make it precise or not. All right. So anyhow, we're going to wrap up this live stream. I'm going to go back over the things we talked about. Make sure that the word gets out to everyone. I got my little list. Happy birthday to Crystal Fox. Damn it. Here I am thinking we're going to do the wrap up, and Adam Hall brings up a valid point. Yes, belt fed is perfectly fine. In fact, it's preferred. And you could, some of the belt feds would actually fit box fed too, because the belt fits in a box under the gun. Stoner 63A, I'm telling you, if you bring a Stoner 63A to class, you'll get all kinds of special treatment from this guy. So now back to my wrap up. Plain metal, black. Plain black metal rear Glock sight. It doesn't have to be plain, just not tritium, and it needs to be steel and go in the rear of a Glock. I need one of those. Adam, you run it. You'll be my hero. You'll be in videos. Said happy birthday to Crystal. There is a bug out seminar coming up on Sunday at half the cost of a live in-person seminar because, well, I'm not paying to rent a facility. So you get that for free. It's going to be fancy with PowerPoints and shit and like things that come up on screen that you can watch and stuff. Zach Bush is having Entangled Gunfighting here the day after Dynamic Week is over. By the way, I just was asked this morning if I have any openings for Dynamic Week, and there is in Dynamic Week 2, and there is one opening for October. So somebody I think said count me in, but I can't remember who it was. So if that person is watching and told me to count them in at some point, and I didn't, tell me again, and I'll put you on the list because I forgot. Sorry. And over on the Facebook page, if you are looking for a 4-power fixed 4-power optic with a fancy schmancy illuminated reticle from Lucid, the P7, there is an auction going off. We're just going to get this fella anything we can get out of it. And I showed this last time, like 2 weeks ago, what the reticle looks like. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think so. I don't. Maybe closer. Oh, I almost had it. See it? Like a bunch of things and like stuff, and it lights up. Sorry, that's the best I could do. That's happening over on Facebook. So with that, I'm 50 minutes into this. I got 8:53. It was a few minutes late, but I did help figure out a little bit how YouTube fucking works now for the live stream portion. And I am going to punch out of here, go downstairs, refill my tea, and my son downloaded a video game today for Xbox, Red Dead Redemption 2 or Dead Red. I don't know. I heard Dead and Red and was like, are we killing commies? I guess it's a cowboy game. Maybe I'll go downstairs and play that and see what it looks like. You all have a wonderful evening. And I will try and do the same. I'll check in with you fellas and ladies. Wow, maybe not till next Tuesday, unless I see you on Sunday at the Bug Out Seminar, which will be on WebEx. So y'all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to punch out of here, and you guys enjoy.